We're on the race to hit 5,000 subscribers. We're still newbies. So, guys, everyone, get connected, join the family. Let's mingle. Let's mingle. Let's not wobble like how Arsenal's, or rather, Teta's Arsenal is doing right now. Pun intended. Yo, sure. Let's look at Man United. Amorim has touched base. I mean, it's amazing that he's in the. He was supposed to be at Carrington today. Of course, he hasn't. He's still missing his permit to start coaching, to step on the grass. That will be in the maximum in the next 48 hours. The permit should be ready, and of course, I cannot be way more happier that finally we have the man. I know people have been complaining about Ruben, some fans thinking he should have stayed, but yo, I mean, no disrespect, nothing to take away from him. He just managed 4 games, guys. Of course, I know he was a manager at Feyenoord. He was a manager that side, but he just managed 4 games. It's the Premier League. If you want to know how hard that is, if you want to know how hard the Premier League is, yo, let Nestor get Crystal Palace.
Hey,
let him get Crystal Palace. I mean, him. No, him as the manager.
Ask Ten Hag.
No. I wasn't going to ask. Yeah, but Josh, let's move on. Let's move on swiftly, and we are looking at the challenge ahead of rebuilding the Manchester United squad. By rebuilding, I understand some players will stay, some players will go. The change style of play is going to change. A lot of things are going to change. I mean, in a few words, I would like you to walk me through the formation that is that everyone is talking about. That is his preferred formation, which is a 3-4-3. Although at times it switches to a 3-4-2-1. Yeah, with two 10s behind him. So, Josh, please walk me straight through that whole progress. I mean, how is it going to be? How excited should Man United? How excited should I be as a Manchester United fan? I mean, I can't wait.
I think you should be.
I'm looking forward to that Ipswich game. I'm hoping
that's too soon. That's too soon, but you will see there will be telltale signs
Ipswich. It's not Arsenal or Liverpool. It's
oh my
Ipswich.
God! I think Ipswich is harder than Arsenal.
No, McKenna will know. He's going to land that day.
Anyhow, the thing though is, I would like to commend Ineos on the job well done. United over the years has suffered from having a clear identity of what they want to do on the pitch. We never really got it under Jose Mourinho. We never really got it under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We never really got it under Erik Ten Hag. Yeah, correct. So I mean, those are 3 managers that have been at the club, and they were trying their best to get us moving forward, but we never really got to have an identity that we did believe was going to propel the Manchester United to better things. So when Ineos fired Erik Ten Hag and they went for Amorim, they went for a profile of a manager that fits what they envision Manchester United would look like. A manager, they do believe that in a couple of years will be able to turn things around for the club. So in all the games that Ruben Amorim has played at Sporting Lisbon, he has basically used about 3 formations, and 3 formations are almost the same because he plays 3-4-3. Actually, his go-to formation for me, I think, is the 3-4-2-1, other than the 3-4-3.
3-4-2-1, where he has 2 10s behind the striker.
Yes. He would prefer that much more, and that makes much more sense than a 3-4-3 because you don't need to have wide forwards when you're playing wing backs. And for that formation to flourish, even if it's in a 3-5-2, it must actually be the wing backs that make it tick. Now, there's 1 or 2 things that we need to prepare ourselves for to see how Man United can adapt quickly to this setup. First of all, it's the wing backs. The wing backs have to really be our best players in that formation. And right now, we do have Mazraoui and Diogo Dallo. These are very good footballers. And Diogo Dallo looks like he has the lungs to burn. And Mazraoui looks like he's a very, very comfortable footballer. So it's up to the lungs for Mazraoui, but he's a very decent footballer that I would think Amorim would like to use him as one of his wing backs. Then the other position to note is the center backs, the back three. The back three, when you're playing with three center backs, you do need a leader among them. And I think we already have two leaders in Martinez and De Ligt, even Harry Maguire, who is sidelined at the moment. So, I mean, De Ligt can play in the middle.
Sorry, I'm saying no disrespect, but when it comes to Harry Maguire, please, kindly
He's still a
leave him out
Manchester
of this.
United player, and he has
I know he
flourished
is.
for
I know he
England.
is.
He has flourished for England playing there. So
Under Southgate,
maybe,
you mean?
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
but
hope.
maybe the security of having two defenders with him can make him a
Mm,
much better player. But he can only play in the middle of the back three. He cannot play either side because he does not have the legs to recover. And for me, Lenny Yoro can play on the right-sided center as the right-sided center back.
18-year old. I can't wait to
Yes,
have him
18 year
back on the
old.
grass.
You see, for this formation to work, you need youthful players because the youthful players have energies. They
Thank you.
can,
That is why I'm
yes,
saying leave Maguire out of the conversation. You need
yeah,
youthful
but
players. I
if
agree.
he's playing, you see, you need a leader. You need a leader on the pitch. So, I
We
mean,
already
Maguire,
have
the
that, Josh.
experience, yes, but the experience that he has, he wouldn't be such a bad player. And the other thing is, Ruben Amorim is coming in, and I think everyone should get a clean slate. I mean, he should look at the players
That
and
is true.
make the judgment for himself, not
That
basing
is, I do agree.
on what they did
If
before.
they are fit,
So
of course. If they
yeah,
are
so
fit, I
Harry
do
Maguire,
agree.
yeah, Harry
Mm,
Maguire could just end up being that player. But for me, Lenny Yoro would play as the right-sided center back, and then Lisandro Martinez would play as a left-sided center back. Lisandro Martinez himself is a very good passer of the ball. He's so comfortable on the ball, and he passes it very well. Yes, he has struggled a bit since the end of last season, and he has not started this season very well, but he still has what it takes to be at that level. The guy who used to play at the back in the back
mm,
three at Sporting Lisbon, Inacio, the young centre back, he's a
yeah.
very good passer of the ball. He was actually the best passer of the ball in Portugal. He had the most forward passes of a centre back. And
Mm,
Alessandro Martinez likes to make those passes that break lines. And I think Ruben Amorim will be asking the centre backs to pick passes that break lines. Now, that is where Harry Maguire is not the best of them all because he's not really, he has the idea, but his execution never comes off. So I would prefer to have De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and Lisandro Martinez as the back three. Mazraoui and Dallo in those positions of the wing backs. But I wouldn't take it beyond Ruben Amorim to choose a player like Garnacho to play as a wing back, or a player like Anthony to play as a wing back. Whoever
no,
he
Anthony, I
sees,
do agree, but I think Ganacho can
whoever,
pick up Josh. I think
yes,
Ganacho can adjust. He can.
that's
He's
what
a
I'm
kid
saying.
who's ready
That's what I'm saying.
to
He's young.
explore.
He's young, and he's a very, very talented footballer. Now, the fact that he's a talented footballer, the manager can see things that we may not see. and he
Mm.
could be able to deploy him in certain positions that you never thought were possible for such a talent.
Like a
But
wing
and
back, left wing back.
yes, then I think the icing on the cake in front of the box three and the wing backs is the guys who sit in the middle of the park. That is Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro. I would prefer you play Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro in that midfield because you only have two.
Hmm.
Yes, you only
I'm going
have
to
two
come with my
midfielders.
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you only have two midfielders. So I would rather you play those two until maybe Kobe Mino gets into rhythm and
Assuming that's where I was
you can
coming, Josh.
play him.
Assuming Kobe Mino is also fit and he's available, who would you have to sit there?
Ugarte sits definitely, and Ugarte
Yeah.
is such an excellent specialist that he can play that role by himself. He does not need any help in that role. He
You
knows
know, but
exactly where to be, and he
mm,
played so well for him that he earned a big money move to PSG.
to PSG. I agree with you
Yes,
when you say Ugarte fits into his style of play very well because he's a player that he has managed at Sporting Lisbon before moving to PSG. So with him coming, with Amorim joining Man United and finding Ugarte there, it's a plus for him. It's a plus for him. Maybe the only thing that would worry me, Josh, is to be honest, I would prefer having Casemiro and Ugarte in the midfield. Although Casemiro
yes,
is aging and he's a bit slowing down in pace,
slow.
but again, going forward, Mino is very very good. Kobe Mino is very very good going
Yeah,
forward. So
Kobe Mainu
it's a
is
bit
good,
tricky.
but he also does not have the lungs. He's not a player who has lungs.
Are you saying
He's
Are you saying Casemiro would rather has more gas, legs, the lungs
no,
better than?
no,
Of course,
they're equally similar.
no, Josh. I think
Even
Kobe Mino is a bit.
no,
There's a
they're
game
equally
where Kobe
similar.
Mino played with Ericsson in the midfield. I don't remember what
Yes.
game it was, and it was only Kobe Mino all over the pitch.
Yeah,
We
what
lost.
I'm trying to
We
say,
lost in that game.
yes, he is good. He is good, and he can do the job. Okay,
He has the gas to
but
pick up. Yeah.
his best attributes are not busting his lungs on the pitch to cover the pitch. Though he can play very well with a player like Manuel Ugarte because he's very comfortable on the ball. He knows how to use the ball. Okay, and he can get up and down a bit. But the
Okay, Josh. Yeah,
tactical
we are
discipline
going to
of
come back.
Manuel Ugarte
Mm.
can help us in front of the back three. Then going forward, the three at the front, actually the two tens, I would play Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad.
Amadi, I agree
Yeah,
that we are going
Ahmad
to. You know the
Diallo.
big question, and
Yes.
the last one before I ask my question,
Rasmus Hoyland.
Rasmus. Thank you. You
Yes.
know, uh I'm worried for players like Rashford, Josh.
No, Rashford
Because
gets
I
in.
was looking at the
Rashford
stats.
gets in.
I was
Rashford can
comparing
get in.
Rashford. Yeah, I know. I agree, but I'm saying behind in this kind of formation, the three four
Yes.
three or the 3-4-2-1, uh, as used by Amorim, I think Fernandez and Amad Diallo behind Rasmus Holland would be a better partnership with Rashford joining any of the two, either Rashford and Amad Diallo, Rashford and Bruno Fernandez. Because I mean, I've been checking out the stats, Josh. Rashford has fallen. I don't know what's happening to him, but Amad Diallo has performed way better than Rashford and Ganacho.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah,
Ganacho
yeah.
scored, but do you know Rashford
Yo,
has only
yo,
one
put
goal
some
and one
respect.
assist
Put
in the
some
Premier? No,
respect
of
on
course I do
Ganacho's name.
respect.
You know Ganacho has more goals than Kylian Mbappe.
I agree. I agree. I agree. And I saw a fan who was trolling him. That was not so cool. I know, yes, players, yeah, are supposed to be held accountable, but in a better way, not like that when someone has a game, someone is going to play.
And
I mean,
imagine you paid a ticket
it
to
somehow
come and watch
affects
the
his
game.
exactly. It somehow affects his morale. That's why if you watch the clip when he was going on the pitch, there was a kid in the stand singing his name, and after the game, he came and gave him the shot, and it was really a nice gesture. I know Hernandez said the kid is a bit. He wasn't so happy. He thought some fans were losing faith in him and all that, but that's football. But I like the
Well,
fact that he
he
came
could
back. He responded so well.
Fernandez could have just given a clever answer and not given
But
the
I
real
like the fact
reason
that
why.
Ganacho responded so well with a beautiful goal, a very beautiful goal, yet coming from the bench. I know you
Yeah,
always say
so
you like it best if Ganacho is coming from the bench, but please let's continue,
I do
Josh.
love it. I do love it when Ganacho comes from the bench. He has some fire about him. Even in this system with the two tens in
Yeah,
Fernandez and Amad Diallo, you see the thing is, I do think that Ruben Amorim is going to reach Carrington and is going to pick Rashford ahead of Amad Diallo and Ganacho. You know why? In the game we watched, this is why,
that's
this
what
is
I.
the reason. In the game we
I don't see
watched,
that happening, Josh.
now this is how it happens. The game we played
Okay,
against Leicester City,
correct.
the game we played against Leicester City, I heard the commentators say in the warm up, before the game,
Mm.
Rashford was hitting only top bins, top bins,
I,
top bins,
I
top
think
bins.
Ben McCarthy also said the same thing in one of his recent
Yes,
interviews. He
even
said
McCarthy said the same
every
thing.
time we've been in training at
Yeah,
Carrington, Man United strikers have been shooting and scoring, playing so well. But we don't understand, or we fail to understand why every time they came on the pitch, things were always south. Things always went south. So I understand,
yeah.
yeah,
So
during training, the warm up Rashford could have been doing that. But again, I insist, to me, I feel Rashford, Anthony, Anthony, there are even rumors. It could be rumors anyway that he's looking to have one-on-one with Ruben Amorim, the new manager, so
no,
that he knows where exactly he stands. But it could be rumors.
that's a
But Josh,
psych.
still,
That's a psych.
players like Lindelof, if everyone is fit, Josh, players like Lindelof, Maguire, Anthony, Rashford, painful to say. Give me some other players, Josh. Give me some other players.
I can give
Those
you other
players,
players for a
Ericsson,
reason
Josh,
that.
Ericsson
Oh my
cannot play
God,
the kind of
he
Josh.
can.
eh,
He can.
No,
You know
no,
why?
Josh.
You know why? You
Ericsson is a
see,
good player, but
no, you see,
he's very awful off the ball, Josh.
no.
When we don't have the
This is
ball,
this is what
he's awful
happens.
when we don't have the ball. He
I
does
do
not have the
understand.
lungs. You were talking
I
about the
do
lungs. He
understand.
does
He
not have
doesn't
the
have the
lungs
lungs, yes,
to play that
but
high intensity, the kind of
true,
football
true.
that Amorim wants. He does
True,
not
it's
have
a
the lungs,
very high
Josh, for that.
intensity game, and there is a very high defensive line, and the high defensive line is supported by the two midfielders, so that
Correct.
the opponent cannot break those lines to easily attack. But the thing here is, when you have a player like Ericsson in a game, you need control of that game because remember you have high flying wing backs. You have high flying wing backs. You have three guys at the front who are running their socks off. Okay,
Josh, do
so
you
you
see
need someone
Ericsson
in the
coming
middle.
back, falling deep, then going straight, rather going again
Yes,
in front? I don't see that
yes,
happening,
he
Josh.
can. He
In the
can. He
kind of
can do
formation
it.
that Amorim plays, I don't see that happening.
What I know in the formation that Amorim plays, when you look at his teams, they don't have water carriers. Everyone in the team is running their socks off.
Thank you, Josh.
Everyone in the
You
team, the 11 players.
exactly the legs. They need the
Now,
legs. They need the lungs.
even the keeper at a certain point comes and becomes a center back, the third center back, when the other ones are wide and one has pushed up. So you have a
Mm.
numerical advantage when you're playing the ball from the back, which is a very good thing to see. But the keeper must be able to execute it properly because remember he leaves his goal, steps up a little bit, and becomes a third center back. So we have two other players, and the wing backs